going to talk a little bit about some things that hopefully will benefit someone who's just begun to play the guitar or who's considering purchasing a guitar. Some helpful tips. And to begin with, if you don't presently have a guitar and you're thinking about getting into guitar playing and you want to go to a music store and get your guitar or order one online, I've always found it to be helpful if you can either, if you're buying online, talk to a salesperson who might you can give them some information about what you're looking for, how old you are, so on and so forth, and they can help you make a real good decision on the purchase of your guitar. Or go to a music store and let one of the salespeople there who are knowledgeable help you and guide you, and also that will give you an opportunity to actually put an instrument in your hand that you can see if it fits well to the size of your hands and if you're comfortable with the size of the body of the guitar. So, you know, the neck of the guitar, the body of the guitar, whether it's an electric guitar like this or an acoustic guitar, that's important, because if you feel comfortable with it, you're probably going to progress faster than if it feels totally awkward to you. So that's just a little tip that I think that would be helpful to you if you're just starting to play. You want to look at the size of the neck of the guitar, if it fits your hand. If you have small hands, you're going to want a smaller neck on the guitar. If your hands are larger, then you're going to want a larger neck on the guitar. That'll just feel more comfortable to you. And don't overlook the size of the body of the guitar, because if you're a young person, 8, 9, 10 years old, you don't want to start out with a guitar that has like an acoustic that has a real big body where it feels awkward when you hold it in your lap or sit in your chair to play or whatever. You want to be comfortable with it. The other thing is the gauge of the strings that are on the guitar. When you first start playing, you're going to find that your fingers, the tips of your fingers, are going to become a little bit sore because you haven't developed any calluses on your fingertips. So I would suggest that you start out with a light gauge string, somewhere like a 9 gauge, or if it's an electric guitar, you might even want to start with like an 8 gauge string. And those are not hard to find. They're available in your music store. And then if you want to, you can progress up to a larger size after you develop some calluses. I found that the larger sizes, say 9 gauge strings will play in tune fine for me, the way I play. 10 gauge are even a little bit better, but either one of those will be fine as far as tuning up and playing in tune. Another thing that you're probably going to want to do is you're going to want to get some type of an electronic tuner. And you know, here's a couple of tuners, and they're going to vary in prices. They all, something like this, they all work fine. They'll tune, just make sure they'll tune an electric guitar or an acoustic guitar, which I think most of the tuners nowadays will. And there again, you can talk to a knowledgeable salesperson and they can help you with that decision. And they'll vary in prices. You can get a tuner that will work fine for somewhere around $15, $20 or something like that, and then they'll go up in price from there. So that's a worthwhile investment, because when you're learning to play the guitar, if the guitar is not in tune, you're not going to know whether you're playing it correct or not. So you want to make sure your guitar is in tune every time you sit down to play. And the guitar is an instrument that has to be tuned on a regular basis. You can't tune it and go back 3 days later and expect it to be in tune. So you're going to have to, you know, every time I sit down to play, I'll tune, and then usually if I'm playing for any length of time, I'll tune another time or two during that time.